and welcome to Tarmac. I'm Dave.
I'm Matthew, and today it's a nice sunny day, but we're going a bit dark because this behind us is the Mazda CX-30 Blackout Edition.
That's right, it's a mild hybrid that's completely blacked out, as you can see. Come, let's take a look at this. Now, in terms of car lineup, the CX-30 actually joined the Mazda lineup in around, well, a couple of years ago, and it sits below the CX-5, and this one in particular, this Blackout model, it sits just above the GSX, so it's in the lower section of the lineup. But realistically, it is the Blackout edition, and there's not that much black like on offer, certainly not when it comes to the front. So the chrome around here, around the Mazda grille, I would have thought it would have been black, but it isn't. The lights here are halogens rather than LEDs, because that happens when you move up to the other area. This black trim around here is actually across the range in the CX-30, so not completely blacked out. But there is more black around the side, so let's go and investigate. So finally some black here, these lovely 18-inch wheels, look at that, very, very black. And also mirror caps, nice black mirror caps, good from there. And some privacy glass, so those in the back do get the benefits of some blackness. Again, in terms of size, 1.54 meters tall and 4.4 meters long, so it does fit that sort of compact SUV size. And also, to give it that SUV stance, it's 185 millimeters off the ground, so a little bit taller than your average hatchback, which in terms of size, this sort of is. Let's look around the rear. And again, some more black back here. So we've got a black roof spoiler here, more black privacy glass. That really tops it out. The rest of it, there is some nice chromeness as far as the exhaust, the twin or dual exhaust pipes go. And alas, there's no kicker tailgate. It does just normal manual opening, and 470 litres back here of boot space to play with, which is awesome. Oh, and I don't know, spare tyre. Let's look under the bonnet. So under the bonnet here is a Mazda's eSkyActiv G engine, which is 2 litres and also a mild hybrid. So not plug-in hybrid, not really hybrid when it comes to actually offering stuff for the powertrain. But thanks to its start and stop generator, does offer extra boost when you're under power and also more fuel efficiency. So in terms of fuel efficiency, it's 7 litres per 100 kilometre in obviously fuel efficiency, and it's also a neutral when it comes to emissions, so it does offer that extra little bit for those that need it, and also is not bad for a 2 litre. In terms of power, it's 114 kilowatts, and also in terms of torque, it's 200 newton meters, so it's all right from there, and actually drives nicely, which we'll show you in a minute. Speaking of things that are all right, Matthew's inside and he'll show you what's going on with that.
Well, like Dave said, actually, I may be all right, but this interior is quite nice, actually. It's a pretty good place to be in. Firstly, I'll talk about what's unique with this Blackout edition. So firstly, you have those black and grey cloth seats with the red contrast stitching. That red stitching is actually a theme throughout the interior. So you've got some of it on the top of the dashboard there, you've got some of it on the armrest here, and then obviously highlighting the seats too. Seats, which they are actually quite comfortable, decent bolstering on them, and then of course a nice sort of cloth pattern on them as well. What I do like about what Mazda does with their interiors is they put all the soft stuff in the right place. So you've got the top of the dashboard there, which is soft, this bit here, which is a soft again, armrest there, that's soft, and then same with the doors where your arm goes, that is actually really soft. Yes, there are scratchy plastics around, underneath there, bottom of the door. But the important bit is wherever your hands go most of the time or are resting, that stuff is soft. So that's a pretty smart use of, the materials that they have on offer. Speaking of things that are smart, well, just look at this center console. So firstly, you have space over there for your phone. In this case, I've put the key there. You've got your 2 cup holders. This central bit here, which of course includes the gear, the handbrake, and then the controls for the infotainment screen. It's an 8-point-inch screen, but it's not touch, which is nice because you can use these buttons and dials without having to take your eyes off the road. So it's quite intelligent in that way. You've actually got this armrest which slides backwards and forwards like this, and then opens as well to reveal quite a bit of space, as well as 2 USB chargers and a 12-volt socket. So they've thought about ingenious ways to kind of charge up your devices too. In terms of devices, well, there's an 8.8-inch touchscreen, so let's take a quick look at that. Well, the screen there, as you can see, is an 8.8-inch unit, and it's slightly tucked underneath the line of the dashboard. And from the driver's perspective, it's absolutely fine. You can see everything clearly. There's a nice analog clock on the right, and then all your different menus on the left. And how you operate them is through this central knob here, and you can just flick through the different options and things and then select them as you like. All of them are controlled by shortcut buttons in the middle here, and it's frankly really easy to use and doesn't require much attention as far as taking your eyes off the road. That's something I really like about Mazda, is they have stuck with this theme of having this central screen here. In terms of entertainment options, well, it obviously has got Bluetooth, you've got USB connectivity, and then of course FM and AM radio as well. So they've got your bases covered there. And there's a nice 8-speaker audio system as well so that you can really enjoy your music. So in front of the driver there, you can see the 3 gauges, good old Mazda style. The center one is of course fully digital, and you've got the speedometer on there, you've got the rev counter on the left, and then of course your temperature and fuel on the right. And in between here and there's a few more gauges, like your battery voltage, liters per 100 Ks, and your range as well. So they have covered everything that you need to know while you are driving. If you want some more information, you can press this information button here and actually flick through the different menus of what you can see in that central screen. That's the one that's fully digital. The other thing is it has a heads-up display as well, which we'll have a look at when we're driving. And then of course a few more buttons around here to control the audio system and the cruise control. So there's a lot to play around with, but I do like the analog style of the dials. I'm a very big fan of that. The other new thing with this particular CX-30 is that addition of the hybrid technology to the petrol engine. So let's take it for a drive and find out exactly what's what.
Okay, so those avid readers or watchers of our stuff before would have already known that we've done the CX-30 before, and you better be one of them, by the way, just pointing that out. This one is different, and it's a different because of in subtle ways, and also to do with the powertrain. So it's a mild hybrid, which we'll go through again in a minute, but also the Blackout edition does make it's only subtle. The changes are only subtle, but it does make a big difference in visual appeal. I think it does make a big difference.
I think certainly though, having those little bits and pieces that are contrasting to the body color, especially if you go for, like the soul red or a lighter color, you'll really see the difference there between the black stuff and then the lighter body color.
Yeah, I mean, most companies when they go for Blackout would have gone with the the murder look, as far as the matte black grills, the surrounds, everything would have been black and dark and sinister. This seems to have just Mazda's fun appeal and also still have some blackness. It's really well put together.
Yeah, as Mazda is all about that sort of that unique design, their Kodo design language, if you like, and that really comes out when you can highlight some bits of it in a contrast color. So it is a unique looking CX-30 from that respect.
Yeah, the other thing is the fact that it does sit so low in the range. So 2-wheel drive, it's only basically a $2,000 increase on the GSX. So there's actually quite a lot of value moving it into this Blackout edition, in terms of the wheels, in terms of the black guards, and to do with the blacked out spoiler, and also the red stitching and some of the interior stuff. It is, I mean, for a $2,000 boost up, it's not bad.
I think the real big point of difference is not just in the looks and the contrast stuff, but also in that hybrid technology that this offers over the regular 2-liter petrol engine one.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of actual fuel economy, it's not massive. It's gone from a 7.2 down to a 7. So, you know, I guess every little helps, which is cool. But it's more the way that it does store that energy and also offers it as far as a little bit of extra boost when you're looking to put your foot down. And, you know, it's great. It gives you that extra bit of oomph, which is nice. In terms of drive modes, you've got sport or normal, so not much in. I guess it's quite frugal in its opportunities as far as there is no off-road mode, but it does give you that extra bit up there. It's nice.
And remember that this will actually take 91 petrol, which is rare for a car with hybrid sort of technology, and that combined with that 6-speed automatic transmission means, and when you're in sport mode, it can hold the gears for that much longer to give you that feeling of acceleration.
And the other bonus of always being a Mazda, it does have the just this brilliant cornering capabilities. So it does really hug bends nicely. So you're not being thrown around. It will make sure that you're staying safe, really.
Yeah, and there is certainly plenty of safety technology around, you know, the blind spot warning, lane keep assist, and then there's also forward collision warning, where we had somebody earlier who put the full brakes on right in front of us, and, you know, the car let us know that that wasn't something we needed to pay attention to. And then, of course, the airbags has got enough of them to keep you safe. It has actually got a full 5-star safety rating, so that part of, you know, concern is taken care of completely.
Yeah, let's hope we don't have to use the airbags. I'd hate to give it back with airbags deployed. And also the head-up display as well. So as far as keeping your attention on the road, you have that as well. For those buying it now down here in New Zealand, it comes with the 555. So you've got 5 years on breakdown cover, 5 years warranty, and also 5 years of servicing as well, all included into the cost. So that's not bad.
And I will actually add another number 5 into that, because for every mild hybrid CX-30 that you buy, Mazda will plant 5 native trees to New Zealand as part of an initiative that they're doing with their more eco-friendly cars. So there's that as well.
That is tremendous. Ha! So there you have it, Mazda's new CX-30 SP Blackout Edition. It is a bit of a mouthful, but then it is a bit of a car. I mean, it is in all intents and purposes, a small SUV, but boy, it provides a lot. There's technology, there's good design, there's blacked out stuff, and, you know, just safety all around.
Absolutely, you're right. It feels, you know, equally as comfortable on the inside here, and filled with a good amount of technology too.
And hybrid to boot. Well, mild hybrid anyway. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. It is around here somewhere. And we will see you on the next one. Ciao.